ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I would like to welcome you all for our today's Srimad Bhagavatam section. We are reading from Canto 11, entitled as The Journal History, chapter number 7, entitled as Lord Krishna's Instructs Uddhava, and text number 11. Dosha buddhyo bhayatito निषेधान ना निवर्तते गुना बुद्धया चा विहितम ना करोति यथा अर्भक्तः दोषा बुद्धयो भयातीतो निषेधाना निवर्तते गुना बुद्धया च विहितम ना करोति यथा अर्भकः दोषा बुद्धयो भयातीतो निषेधाना निवर्तते गुना बुद्धया च विहितम ना करोति यथ अर्भकः. What to what meaning? Dosha buddhya, because of thinking that such action is wrong. Ubhaya atitaha, one who has transcended both the conception of mundane right and wrong. Nishedhat, from what is forbidden. Na nivartate, he does not desist. Guna buddhya, because of thinking it is good. Cha, also. Vihitam, what is enjoyed. Na karoti, he does not do. Yatha, just like. Arbhakaha, a young child. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada disciples. Srila Prabhupada disciples ki jai. Translation: one who has transcended material good and evil automatically acts in accordance with religious injunction and avoids forbidden activities. The self-realized person does this spontaneously, like an innocent child, and not because he is thinking in terms of material good and evil. Purport: one who has developed transcendental knowledge never acts whimsically. Srila Rupa Goswami describes two stages of devotional service: sadhana bhakti and raganuga bhakti. Raganuga bhakti is the stage of spontaneous love of Godhead, whereas sadhana bhakti means the conscientious practice of the regulatory principles of devotional service. In most cases, one who is now enjoying transcendental consciousness has rigidly practiced the rules and regulations of devotional service. Thus, due to previous practice, one spontaneously avoids sinful life and acts in accordance with the standard of ordinary piety. This does not mean that our self-realized soul is consciously avoiding sin and pursuing piety. Rather, due to his self-realized nature, he spontaneously engages in the most exalted spiritual activities. Just an innocent child may spontaneously exhibit good qualities such as kindness, tolerance, and so on. The spiritual platform is called Shuddha Sattva, or purified goodness, to distinguish it from the material modes of goodness, which is always to some extent polluted by the lower modes of passion and ignorance. Thus, if a man in material goodness appears to be most pious in the eyes of the world, we can only imagine the spotless character of a self-realized soul in purified spiritual goodness. Therefore, it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana सर्वेर गुणैस्तत्र समासते सूरः हरावा अभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथे नासति धावतो बहिः. If one is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, he will automatically exhibit all the exalted qualities of the demigods. Such manifestation of purity is spontaneous as explained in this verse. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swaha Padantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenbandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishbhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminitana Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shikor Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Murtale Srimate Kadam Karan Swami Namine. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So now we are here in chapter 7, another entitle of chapter 7 where it starts, Uddhava Gita. From this chapter onwards, Uddhava Gita starts. It's the further explanation of Bhagavad Gita. Both were spoken by Lord Krishna himself. The one was on the battlefield and one was under the tree near the Prabhashetra. We have read or understood in chapter 6 how the whole dynasty of Lord Shri Krishna, by the curse of some Brahmanas, it was being annihilated. But it was the Leela of the Lord, because he just wants to wind up his pastime now. And he doesn't want to leave any of his descendants, because they will be so powerful that no one can defeat them. So he just wants to send them back to their respective position or their respective lokas where they have come from. Okay, and now in this beautiful text here, Lord Krishna is encouraging, when we will read further down, what happened? It's too high. It's too high. Okay, I think it's fine. Yeah. So we will see further down in chapter 7 how Lord Krishna has already started speaking the knowledge about self-realization and many other aspects, and he is encouraging Uddhava, come on, take up the renounced order of life, because he wanted to go back with Lord Krishna to the spiritual world. He says, I cannot bear the separation from you. I cannot. But Lord Krishna says, yes, you will come, but certainly I have some task for you. I have some task for you. First, you need to know, even though he is a pure Vaishnava, he knows every in and out of the bhakti, but still it is a duty of a spiritual master, when he is winding up his pastime on the earthly planet, he gives some valuable knowledge at the end of some disciples or all the disciples all to the world. So now the Lord is giving all this knowledge to Uddhava, and he will request at the end, now you go back to Badrik Ashram and give the knowledge to the sages around there. Yeah. So most important here, the Lord is saying that, and in the purport it has mentioned that Rupa Goswami has mentioned in Nectar of Devotion, which is Bhakti Rasamrita Sandhu, about sadhana bhakti and raganuga bhakti, which comes under Vaidhi bhakti. If you have understood or read thoroughly Nectar of Devotion, we have understood there is Vaidhi bhakti, there is Bhava bhakti, and there is Prema bhakti. So now this is a beginning stage. This is a beginning stage here, where the first is sadhana bhakti, which is following the rules and regulation. If the person has already introduced and is inclined towards practice, the devotional service, so what are his steps to follow? The rules and regulations. Because he's been away from the devotional service of billions of lifetime, or since he got stuck in this material world. Yeah. So now he's been introduced again to follow the rules and regulations. So one, your sadhana bhakti, when your sadhana bhakti will mature over the period of time, or it's upon to the spiritual practitioner how sincerely he does it. When it becomes fructify, when it's become mature, then it takes the shape of raganuga bhakti spontaneously. Okay, but many people, they have really misunderstood what is raganuga bhakti. Okay, raganuga bhakti, of course it is there. If you go more detailing into it, it is following the footstep of some brajvasis. Okay, and do everything without rules and regulation. But we have seen those devotees who has practiced this sadhana bhakti for many years, 30 years, 40 years. Okay, we don't they are not being pushed or been informed or been told by other senior authority, Prabhuji, you need to get up early in the morning for Mangala Aarti. Prabhuji, you need to attend the chanting early in the morning. Prabhu, you need to attend Guru Puja. Prabhu, you need to attend uh, Bhagavatam class. They spontaneously doing because they know it is a need. It is a need of my bhakti and it pleases to Lord Krishna. So that's called spontaneously. But in the beginning, when a person is being introduced to the bhakti, we have seen he has been guided or he has been trained by other Vaishnava. No, no, Prabhuji, you didn't come yesterday to the morning program. You need to be there. But people don't like to be, trained like that. It's like, Prabhu, I was there for 5 days in a week. What happened if 2 days are not there? No, it is very important. 2 days are also very big because 2 days will become 3 days, 3 days will become 4 days and 5 days, and one day you will be looped. You will be completely blooped from your bhakti. And we have seen it. When in the beginning, some people come very enthusiastic, they want to attend all the morning programs, and suddenly their enthusiasm lags and they drift away and they stop coming to the morning programs. So when we are surrounded by some senior Vaishnavas, we take inspiration from them. Because see, the most important point here, it's saying that those people who have been matured by following the rules and regulation, they only jump into spontaneous because it becomes their nature. It becomes their complete nature. I don't need to be informed by anybody, and they like to do it. That becomes the part of their habit. That becomes the part of their nature. Because I was traveling for last 1 year to other places, I have been found there are many centers of ISKCON, and those people who are not being matured in Srila Prabhupada's philosophy, in his knowledge, not listening to his lecture, they have been drifted or hampered by knowledge from outside ISKCON. There's so I won't take the name of those organizations, but these organizations, they make friendship of such immature Vaishnavas of ISKCON, and they start giving them knowledge about the Raganuga Bhakti like a shortcut. They are doing so much shortcut. And when I travel and I speak to them, I say, Prabhu, how long have you been here in the movement? Or you are chanting and everything. And they are initiated. They say, Prabhu, I have been 6 years, I have been 4 years, I have been, say, 10 years. But I say, Prabhu, what about Raganuga Bhakti? Ultimate goal is Raganuga Bhakti. Ultimate goal. I say, Prabhu, ultimate goal is not Raganuga Bhakti. Ultimate goal is Prema. Raganuga Bhakti itself comes under Sadhana Bhakti. It is not a goal. It is a process ki how Brajvasis, without telling or without any second motive or any hidden motive, they are serving the Lord. I said, yes, if you want to follow any Brajvasis, please do follow. But one, you need to know that these Brajvasis are free from Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya. They are free from all these anarthas. Then you start following them. First of all, you work on your level where you stand on. Of course, we need to go there to do everything spontaneously for the Lord, but it does not mean you immaturely jumps there. If you immaturely jumps over there, what will happen? You will hurt yourself in a spiritual life. Prabhupada says somewhere in Canto 9 or somewhere in Canto 8, he says that bhakti is like a razor sharp blade. If you are not careful, you will bleed. Means if you are not following the Guru Parampara, if you are not following the Acharyas or the teachers who have initiated you, who have trained you, and you take the guidance from the other outside ISKCON, Hare Krishna movement, what will happen? You will bleed because you are trying to do shortcuts. You may try shortcuts in material world, but in spiritual practice, there is no shortcut at all. No shortcut at all. You have to put every single bricks one at a time. Every single steps are there. Why is it says Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, all these stages are there. If you start, stepping, if you start crossing over one step to another step, what will happen to you? You will not relish the taste, because when a Vaishnava follow a proper steps, when he grows step by step, then he can help himself and he can help others also. But immaturely jumping is not really allowed. One time, there is one pastime there, one of Prabhupada's student, in Prabhupada time, he came, Prabhupada, that's it. I have understood everything about the philosophy. Now I'm going to go to Vrindavan. I'm going to do my bhajan, my 64 rounds, my 100 rounds there every day. Prabhupada says, we have enough monkey in Vrindavan. We don't need any more. Make sense or not? Of course, ultimate goal is that you live, or you live in the dham, or you leave your body in the dham, or you reside in that time. But there is some certain qualification. There is some certain qualification to live in the dham or act like a Brajavasi. Yes? And now let's get back to Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, in Antya Leela, we know that Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having a conversation with Jagadananda Pandit. Jagadananda Pandit has a very sweet relationship with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He always chastises him. I've got some oil for you, some scented oil. Why don't you apply on your body? I've got this pillow for you, this bed for you. Why don't you sleep in there? And so many other things. Mahaprabhu says, I'm sannyasi. I am a sannyasi. I should not meant to do it. If I set up the wrong example, then whole world will follow. Yad yad acharyaji sheshtha tattad evatra jana sayal pramanam kurte lokastad anuvartate. No, I have to set a very high example. He says, no, you have to do it. Then he breaks the pot of that scented oil. He says, now you allow me. I want to go to Vrindavan. Prior to that, he has asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu many times, you allow me. I want to go back to Vrindavan. I just want to live over there. Mahaprabhu many times says, no, 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 please be here, please be here. When finally he gets upset, then Mahaprabhu says, yes, you may go, but only for short period of time. Okay? And he gives many more instruction to Jagadananda Pandit. He said, please watch your phone. So he says many other instructions also. He says, when you go there, please be under Sanatana Goswami. Do not leave his association. And third thing he says, do not try to imitate Brajavasis. Their level is very, very high. What they do, how they do, when they do, no one understands. Their rasa to Lord Shri Krishna in a complete different level. Please do not try to imitate them. You stick to the teaching of Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami. And we are being called what? Rupanugas. So that same instruction applies to us also. When we are also going, when we go and see that some, local people, they are doing this thing, that thing, and our people, they start grab what they do. They start what they grab do. But what is the instruction here of Mahaprabhu? He's saying, please follow Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami very strictly. And do not try to imitate, and try respect them from a distance, but do not try to go mingle with them, because you will lose everything. And then he followed. He been there. He was there for 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. And suddenly he came back to Mayapur or Puri. Chaitanya Pandit. And the same instruction Srila Prabhupada also gives to everybody. He says, you go for 2, 3, 4 days. Only short period of time. Or until your Guru Maharaj has allowed you some seva to do in the dham. Only go for that purpose, and then you come back here. Why? Because maximum to maximum in a dham, we can hold our principles only for 3, 4 days. Otherwise, we start becoming familiar with the local people, with the dhams, with everything, and we start committing offenses over there. start committing offenses. Just to avoid that part, we need to be first of all pure ourselves. There is no one here going to give us a certificate that are we on the fourth level of bhakti, ruchi, nishtha, bhava, prema. Nobody will give certificate to us for anything. We need to give certificate to ourselves. We need to check ourselves, where do I stand? Do I still have kama, krodha, lobha, moha, matsarya? If yes, so let me work on that part. Let me work on that part. So when this will go, then you can see this raganuga bhakti, this automatically and organically, it's organically comes in our life, and we feel to do that. And when we feel to do that, we can have a sweet taste in our life. We can see our relation to the Lord, it becomes deeper and deeper and deeper. But where it start? It start by following the rules and regulation. We can see that, like when someone is started learning a car and he wants to take a driving license, okay, and you know that how strict the rules and regulations are there for the new people, like those who are 17, 18 years old. They need to follow everything, strictly 100%. Red light, this zone, 40 area zone, 20 area zone, school zone, this zone, parking, everything they follow. But after following or learning everything, when they get the license, so does it mean they can overrule the license? What does it mean? That means they will spontaneously follow. Because we are not here meant, yes, the car gauge, the speedometer says you can go to 200 miles. This car goes to 200 miles. But does it mean we need to go for 200 miles? No. Whatever the rules and regulations are there on the road, we need to strictly follow. For what? For what? For our safety, for others' safety. So everybody can live in peace and harmony. Okay, these rules and regulations are meant to give us freedom, not to take our freedom away. People say, oh, you ISKCON people have so many rules and regulations, it's just trying to take our freedom away. No. It's protecting you from your sinful result, which you are going to face either end of this life, or maybe many other lifetime come in the future. Rules and regulations are there to protect you from any danger. Fencing are there, so you should know, because from this onward there is a danger. So that's why these rules and regulations are there. This is not ISKCON's, or this is not Hare Krishna movement's rule. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. In first canto, chapter number 16 and 17, talks about those who do illicit sex. This problem is there. If you do intoxication, this problem will happen. If you do gambling, this problem will happen. So anything you name it, if you do this, so there are consequences are there. So when these consequences comes, then we should be ready to face it. But what we say, why bad thing happens to good people? Then we start calling ourselves good people. No. Guru is there, Guru gave the instruction, and everything is volunteer. The whole bhakti process is volunteer, and it depends upon the sincerity of an individual spiritual practitioner. Nobody is liable for your own bhakti. Prabhupada gives an example of flying your own plane. When we are on the ground, when we are in the training period, we learn everything. Like a pilot, okay? When he just joined the aviation and he wants to be a pilot, what he does? He goes every day, 6-7 hours, he learns theories, he learns practicals, he learns all the safety and hazard, everything he learns. Because if he's not careful with this training, and he is up in the air, and if any problem happens, so do you think anybody is going to help him out? Whatever he has learned on the ground, that training will help him. Oh yes, my teacher told me to press this button, press that button, do this, do that. But if he's not conscious, he's not aware, and he's not trained well, what will happen to him? He will lose his life. So this training period, either in a brahmachari ashram or in the householder life ashram or anywhere, okay, this all training period. Because when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day, and when we apply the instructions on everyday basis, then we can see that we are protecting ourselves from many hazards, many dangers. and it keeps us free. And it keeps us free, and it gives us the freedom. It gives us the freedom to get out of this material world. And that can be only be possible if we allow others to train us, or we put ourselves as a volunteer to be get trained by others. We need, of course, we need to use our own intelligence too. That's why they say guru, sadhu and shastra. Whatever the sadhu says, whatever the guru says, you please hear them and also match with the Vedic scriptures. Otherwise we say, Prabhuji, he said this, he said that, and there is a what conflict is there in the instruction. Of course, it is there. That's why the scriptures are there. Where does a sadhu speaks from? From Vedic scriptures. Where does a guru speaks from? Vedic scriptures. So Vedic scriptures is the main route for us, for everybody, to check whatever I heard, whatever am I practicing, is it matching with the instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, or many other Vedic literatures or not? If those things have been taken care of very carefully, then we are okay to go. And other thing here in the purport, it says that please do bhakti practice on a Shuddha Sattva. Or we can say mode of goodness. Is emphasizing passion and ignorance will struggle. Goodness is a hope, even though it still undercomes mode of material nature. Goodness also comes under mode of material nature. But Prabhupada has recommended, Vedic scriptures has recommended, please come to the level of goodness and practice over there. And how to understand this? Like a plane. Okay, do you think the plane need a proper runway? A plane need a proper runway to fly properly. Have you ever seen a plane as coming here on the local street or anywhere on the highway? No, it needs a suitable runway, a proper platform to fly. So that's why bhakti, it comes, if you really want to be fly in your bhakti level, so need a proper runway, and the runway is mode of goodness. Runway is early in the morning, which we call, it's a Brahma Murta time. If you have seen, if you're trying to do our chanting or any other program early in the afternoon or late afternoon or early in the evening or late evening, we struggle so much. It seems like one round is taking 20 minutes, half an hour. It's not finishing. But if you do in the morning, we can just finish our 16 rounds in one shot. 5 to 7, ting, finish. But if you try to do other whole day, it takes 2, 3, 4 hours hanging, dragging. It's not, because the mode of passion is taking us over. Mode of ignorance in the evening is taking us over. So we need to do something. If you really want to be very fructify with our time, get up early in the morning, practice early in the morning, and see the result that throughout the whole day, our consciousness is being protected by the Lord Himself. Otherwise, we really struggle, we really fight to grow in our bhakti. That's why I said we need to be in a Shuddha Sattva, and ultimately just rise above from that. Shuddha Sattva means Vasudeva Sattva, Krishna consciousness. We need to ultimately live one day. And here is saying the quality, okay? If a man in material goodness appears to be most pious, in the eyes of the world, we can only imagine the spotless character of a Krishna consciousness person. We have seen there are so many doctors are there, so many people are there. They are in mode of goodness. They don't hurt anybody. Okay, they are always ready to give charity, to help other people, and they talk very softly, very pleasingly. Their nature is very good. See, if the person who is in a mode of goodness, if his association is very pleasing to us, what will happen? And the person who is practicing bhakti, how much his association will be pleasing to us? That's what the main point is. And ultimately, when the person who put himself into the fire of bhakti, all his bad qualities goes away or burns out. And what happens? All the qualities of the demigods manifest into him automatically. In CC, it says, Krishna Bhakti Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Kabu Sadhya Naye Sharvana Adi Shuddha Chitte Karile Uday. There was never a time Okay, that a jiva is not having or holding or carrying a prema about the Lord in his heart. It is always there. It is always there. All we need to do, we just need to fan it. And how do we fan it? Shravan Adi. Hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, many other things. These things, if you do that, then we are fanning the spark, and this spark will take a form of a blazing fire of a bhakti. But that fire has to be always fan out. It's not that one time you did and suddenly it just pops up. I am a great Vaishnava, start giving lectures, ruling the temple and kirtan, preaching, everything is going on. And then we think we are so popular and nothing can happen to us. And suddenly we start declining. It comes in everyone's life. This phase come up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So how to be remain constant in a bhakti? Constantly holding the instructions of spiritual master, holding the instructions of the Vedic scriptures, and understand from many angles. Because time, place, and circumstances, instructions may vary. Time, place, and circumstances, instructions may vary. But you need to be a very expert how to use and where to use, how much. And then you can protect yourself, because situation won't be the same forever in everyone's life. I mean, those who are here for 50 years and 60 years in the movement, they know it very well. The situation what we are going through now, it looks, oh, bhakti looks very simple. I got my prasadam plate, I got my temple, I got my health is good, my preaching is going on good, services are there, everybody likes me. What happened when the phase comes? Shh, when we go down in the roller coaster, up and down, up and down. That's where our bhakti has been checked. Test will come. It comes in everyone's life. So we need to hold on. We need to hold on with the instructions or to our vows. It's very hard. It's very hard in Kali Yuga to hold on to the vows. But the more we can exercise to practice and hold on to it, we can see we can create a many wonderful activity. Prabhupada says those people who are practicing brahmacharya, either in householder life, vanaprastha life, sannyasa life, or brahmacharya life, or whether they are female or male, they have been ready to create a wonder in the society. Only just by holding the brahmacharya, they can create a magic in the society. What will happen if that magic aligns with the preaching of Lord Shri Krishna's message to the world? We can see those people are there in the market, how they are creating a fire. As soon as they come inside, they lit the fire in others' lives also, the fire of bhakti. Because the purity is there. They are carrying the purity. Purity attracts everybody. Simplicity attracts everybody. The more we are simple in our dealing, the more we are transparent in our dealing, the more we are honest with our own practice, we can say that we are very blissful. We are very, very happy in our bhakti. And happiness is the key to attract the world. In Bhagavad Gita 9.2, Lord is saying, Rajavidya, Rajagoyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam, Pratakshvagvam, Dharmayam, Susukam, Kartav Avyam. Susukam means this bhakti has to be performed joyfully. Bhakti has to be performed joyfully, because people are not happy outside. If we are not showing our happy face when they come inside, and the person will be shocked. People are crying outside and people are crying inside. So why should I come take up my process here? So it should be a jolly face. Not artificially, like if someone walks to the door, no, joyfully within inside. It attracts the person. This person really doesn't have any material desire. This person really doesn't have any material desire. He just wants to be what he has. He's just counting his blessings, and he's just living his life as per the instructions of the Lord. And look at that, how happy he is. And plus, checking ourselves also, okay, is my desires to live in this material world is diminishing or is going more and more? Yeah, okay, I'll stop here. And I see if anybody has any questions or any comments to. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's a comment or question? Question, okay. Yeah. Speak about downtown or downtime. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Prabhu, like Maharaj has said, so I won't say anything on his comment because we need to hear more thought on this, more hearing why he said like that. But yes, you are right. It is there. Every devotee face a downtime, as I said, roller coaster, up and down, because the health is down. What can you do? If you are financially broke down, what can you do? So some states are there where it's called like downtime. My spiritual master, he gives an example of juggling with three balls. Like a circus man, he has three balls. He holds the two balls and one ball up in the air. And then one comes down, then he throws the one up there. Then he says the three balls, your sadhana, one ball is sadhana, second ball is your preaching, and third ball is your health. So we shuffle. Sometimes we give more priority to our sadhana, we need it. We give more priority to preaching, we definitely need it, and we don't care about the health. And health up somewhere in the air. But one time comes, because after all we are in this material body. This body has a limitation. So what they do, sometimes they throw the preaching in the air, they hold the sadhana, they hold the health. Okay, and they throw the sadhana up in the air, then preaching and a health in the hand. So we just shuffle as per our expertise or being guided by the other Vaishnava. So we need to do shuffling. We need to do shuffling, and it happens when you constantly traveling. Then what will happen to you? Rupa says in his teaching that preaching means discomfort to the body. If you are ready to take that discomfort, please start traveling. Some people try either for a year, for a month, for 6 months, for 2 years. When their health declines, they take a break for a week or 2 week or for a month, okay, somewhere. They pick up their sadhana, they pick up everything, and they again out in the market to preach. So we need to shuffle. It's not that we can put it down, okay, we are downtown, now we can drop everything and get relaxed. Downtown with our nature, not with our spiritual practice, because spiritual practice should not be downtown. It should not be. It should be always up in the high. I mean, that is our primary duty. Things will come, as I said, those who are married, those who are householders, they have double challenges or maybe more challenges. Finance, trouble, health, trouble, loans, trouble, relationships, trouble, kids' fees, schools fees, marriages fees, everything is trouble. So for them, we can understand, but those who are free or those who have fulfilled these duties, they can pick up now. But those who don't have all these duties, they should not worry about all these things. Pick up their spiritual life always with full enthusiasm. Yeah, I mean that's what I want to say. If anybody has any, Prabhu, if you want to add anything on that, yeah, please. Oh, all your blessings, Prabhu. Nectar. Yeah, 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 And I can see that, few and far between when people come through and naturally just spontaneously take to devotional service. Yeah. So that's very kind of disappointing. You're putting all that effort into cultivating them and preaching to them, but they just don't respond. So yeah, let's go on to the next person. Yeah. Have you seen that too? Yeah, Prabhu, it is there, but we are only meant to do our part. We are only doing, as Lord is saying in Bhagavad Gita 2.47, karmanya evadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You are meant to endeavor, you are meant to do your rightful duties, and the result I will give. Maybe we are thinking this person is not picking the bhakti in this lifetime, so maybe in next lifetime, at least we have opened his or her spiritual account. Maybe he will not come in this lifetime, but at least he has been associated with the Vaishnava only for a moment, only for a day, only for a week, only for a month or a year. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kaya, Lava Matra. Just only tiny bit fraction of the association of Vaishnava, it can protect us from the greatest danger. So maybe he's not ready to do now, but at least by your association, you have created him his spiritual bank balance. So now he has to put, slowly, slowly, maybe on not here, next lifetime, at least he will come. So whenever he will come. But of course, from external point of view, we also want to see the results. Yeah, I did so much hard work, this person blew away. And ultimately, every jiva has their own individual sweet will, free will. Okay, and the senses are so strong. If you stop those habits of meat eating, illicit sex, intoxication, they stop for a while, but they drags you, push you back. Come and enjoy me. You know that 20 years back you used to do that. I'm your really good friend. Don't believe on Hare Krishna people, believe me. And then, out of the bad habits, when they pull them and they go back again there. Yeah, so as I said, Prabhupada also says, please be sincere to your own practice. Do not show off. Don't be a show off bottle. Whatever you are, you are. Just go tell your seniors, okay, I am going through this problem. Please help me. Please guide me. If you hide it, and then one day, as you said, you preach to many people and they blooped. Yeah, we all feel sorry for them, but that's why Prabhupada said, just go out, do Harinam on the street as much as you can. Because when the Harinam in the air, in the town, it counteracts many sinful reactions. In your time, in 60s and 70s, everybody was out on the street. There has only one occupation. There was no Govinda, there was not bookstore, nothing. Everything was there. Go on the street, do Harinam and distribute books. And people did for many years. But now we have seen in our ISKCON temple, this practice has somewhere going down, and people wants to stay in the temple because they got their nice room, nice facilities, nice position, and they don't bother to go out. But if we can make it once a week, we can see a lot of change here. A lot of change in our consciousness, a lot of change in the society, and we can see people are start filling up in the temple. Well, you also have Chaitya Guru, the Lord within the heart. Yeah. You can't give a fool good instruction, otherwise he becomes angry. And the word to the wise is sufficient, but there's no end to the words needed to convince a fool. Yeah, so, that's right. The devotees, the people know that but they're still, their ignorance is, Prabhupada said, their ignorance is so profound they can't be moved. Yeah. So they're becoming more and more distant. Yeah, but Prabhupada also says somewhere in the Bhagavatam, even though if people are not following your instruction, this is your duty to keep reminding them. It is your duty, because people, as you said, are so grossly foolish and so sinful. If you tell them 100 times don't do it, still they will do it. But this is the duty of a saintly people. Keep telling them. One day it will hit them. One day it will hit them. And you also know those people in 70s and 80s, they were out of practice. When they also came back, they came back with a strong conviction too. They regret, yes, I fooled. I declined Prabhupada's instruction. I declined his association. Okay, but now I have come back into my consciousness. Thank you, Prabhupada, that you getting me back. Is it true or not? Yeah, they have many people left in 70s, in 80s, but later on, because they have practiced something like Ajamila, okay, he practiced something in the beginning, but for some due to his bad habits or lack of understanding, he lost for some time, some years, but ultimately, and was happy ending. Yeah, the seed was planted, and how it will fructify, it's up to the Lord. At least we did our part, and we are helping the jiva, others also, ourselves also. If and ultimately, He's the one who is going to sanction everything. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu, for your nice input. Anybody else? Okay, if it's not there, thank you so much. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.